Bye-bye.
Most evenings at 11. This is KUHT, Houston Public Television.
The merry brook beside the road is crystal clear like wine. And that is what we see here. A happy little brook or a happy little stream is coming down the hill. And the happy little road behind, you drive sometime along and you get so excited. You wish you could stop there and fish into that. That we will put on this canvas. Okay?
The magic of oil painting is made possible by a grant from Aaron Brothers Art Marts.
Wonderful afternoon. It's maybe about 5 o'clock, midsummer time, and you see that beautiful, beautiful sun beams hitting into the bush there. And we start off with the sky first. Kind of a yellowish color. White is on the canvas. You remember, in magic white, the canvas is wet. And now I fire in with the yellow, and it mixes on the canvas, and it looks like that. If you want, you can add a wee little touch of red from the top. Wee little touch of red if you want to. But that's up to you now. Let me show you what we start here. Okay, you see kind of a sunrise going in there like this. That's fine. All right. Now, the next step will be I create 4 by 3s, and out comes a little stream there. I use that almighty brush, Prussian blue. I didn't even wash the brush. Prussian blue, a touch of alizarin crimson. Alizarin crimson and Prussian blue is a beautiful color. And soup it down to kind of that's a bit too dark. I will add a bit of white into that. Maybe make a bit of a muddy side. That would be nice. Can you see it, what I did there? I just measure roughly a tune like this and try it out first. Yeah, I'm quite in it already. See, the far away. See, there you are. And put it around the way you want it. You have it longer, shorter, whatever you see in that happy little brook there, or in that creek there. See, and they come forward like that. That gives you already background trees, bigger one. And you see, I use the big brush and all the details. Look at the 1,000 details. There are all kinds of trees already standing there. Isn't that the wonderful thing to do it this way? All right. Then do it on the other side. You can have it muddy too. Good. See, there it is. Think there are trees standing there in the fog, in the mist, and that's all. All right, then we come forward with the powder a bit more. You see, this is like that. I make it a bit darker now, a little touch darker. See, something like this. Okay, and then you create the other little darker tree in front of that, here and there, see? And you can use a little bit of Van Dyke Brown into that now. You see what I did? Now you see that was the beginning, and this already a different other color. And I fire in other little tree there, but always very shadow, very shady, very, very mushy, or very foggy, misty. Let the mist be always in between there in your mind anyway. So, I will create even more mist in here. All of a sudden, here will be a bit more mist. There, create that there. There you are. Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, and a touch of Van Dyke brown. And now I go more dark. See, take a look how dark against this color. That was the beginning. This is this. And now I'm so dark already, and I create maybe a tree what you can see better now. See? See how you come out of that with a bit more power. Again, Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, Van Dyke brown, and I fire in here a tree. You can even have a tree right here in the front all of a sudden. I don't copy now. See, that's the whole thing. I can do it the same, the way it is there, but I just happen, I want to set my tree in there. What's wrong with that? See? With other words, when you start painting, you copy. You really want to do it exactly. But when you paint for a while, you want to be original. You want to have your original work, and you can only do it. I started off by resetting a tree from there to there, and from here that tree I put on this side, and that stone from there to there. And that's then I said, oh, I have my original now. But as longer you paint, as more you learn, you don't need nothing. You don't need nothing. You just go your good old way, see the land, see that land, and you create it. See? With other words, I don't want to get stuck with copying again. But you see beautiful trees coming forwards, forwards, forwards. And I can come more forwards and more forwards. See, here I will have, this side is more forwards, so I create a bit of brush there, undergrowth there, see? Now in the water you do the same thing. You need dark in order to show light. If I don't have dark, I never will have light. Let's start off here. See that water? That's the way I paint my water. Make it dark first. If you have it dark and even more dark, I use more the turquoise colors there. You can fire in. See? Harmonizes nice with that yellow. See? More dark there. Van Dyke brown, Prussian blue in between. See, then it becomes like a watercolor already. You try to make it a bit movements there. See? And you go right up to here and there and there, and you let it come in from there. And look how nice it is. Hooray. Yeah, it was a time when I worked so hard on the painting and I got nothing. And now I laugh it off and it works fantastic for me. And it will work for you if you laugh it off. Start the painting with the giggle first. Start giggling first. And then fire in. See? And no paint. You see how short I am with my paint? I cut it down. I don't have lots of paint on here. As less paint you use, as more successful you will be. As more successful you will be. See? Now you can put little tree trunks in that looks like this. See? Misty tree trunks. See, like here too. More or less you plow through the paint. See, you remove the paint there. See there, look at that. That is what makes it so really nice that you can. And if you want to make it a bit more, umper, you'd add a little bit more. Maybe here I would add a little tree trunk, then see. Maybe here, that one, I bring out a bit more. But very, very careful, not too hard, because you're over, that's still mist underneath there. You come out of the mist there. See? I must say, what a beautiful way of creating your paintings. there you are. Now we can add a little bit of, maybe here, just over that mist there, a little bit darker there, very, very careful. Now we get darker in here. We can go quite strong and darker here. Okay. Maybe a bit higher up if you want to. See, you can go higher up there. And stand back, and then you see what you're doing. Now on this side, I would also put some stones in. I will use Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, and a touch of white, and mix it like marble again, more blue. Maybe you should take a good look. Take a good look on that. See which way I mix it. More Prussian blue. You can see it. If you can sing along with me, that would be nice. See, something like this. And then you put it on and you see how good you are. It's still a bit too far. I should have a bit more close up, bit more. See, I add to that a little bit more Van Dyke brown and a little bit more Prussian blue, and try it again. Yeah, see, that works better. Bit more Van Dyke brown. Yeah, it gives you kind of movements there on the shoreline. See? You can highlight that. You can highlight that with a touch of white, but not quite white, like this here. I cut a little bit of that blue and white together here and mix it something in this direction. See? And then highlight that a little bit. Look at that. There. See? Keep it keep it far away. Think you have it there. There is there's fog. See, that thing. It looks far away. It looks like it is mist is on top of that. Then I will even put more mist. I put more mist behind there. See, you are the commander. You are the boss. You can do all that. See, I put a bit mist behind there now. If you want to have a nice misty day. See? And then you do that whisper, don't talk too loud. See, already that's all steaming there, all steaming there. A touch of yellow with it. See, and then you come in here, here for see, mash it in like this. Make it, see? Make it like steam, make it like fog, like mist. Roll it in. See, there you are. There you are. And now, if you want, you can start your almighty water there. I would say we start off with the happy little beginning. The light hits that and it has the same color, a bit maybe more drastic. See, the light hits in there and moves the water, and it goes a step down there. See? And then you have other step there. Let it disappear. Is she or isn't she? You don't know what it is, really. That's it. And you come forwards now, forwards into the dark, more into... You leave the dark open, leave that darken behind. Don't go over again. Leave it there, leave it there. That's what will make you nice. Maybe we'll start here a bigger push, and we let that light reflect into that. See? There's a kind of a turbulent movement there. Okay. See? Now underneath that movement, make it a bit. You can use phthalo green and Prussian blue together. See, like this, because you need it darker there. You need it darker there. See? Okay, that gives you already a up-rolling water there. A turning water there. I will use that yellow. That yellow is very important here to reflect in there. See? Have that in there. You can fly it in the wind. You can fly it in the wind, right? See, you can fly it up there if you want to sometime. It hits some. If you want, you can mark stones. I didn't do it on other. I will avoid it here. But like I said, you're free to do whatever you see there. And then you come forwards. You can create a kind of a low coming up there, coming up there. See, it's washing around there, it's washing around there. See? And then you can go on here again. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. I just follow kind of water movements all of a sudden. I just try to go along with that water swing. I always see it going down, coming up, beaming over, rolling over, giving foam, and you see it and you sit there and you watch and you say, oh my God, what a beautiful movements. Sometimes you figure out long lines there, see, and then it all of a sudden collapses here. It builds you a little bit of up there, see. This is hard. The hardest thing is painting water, no matter what, because every second it has a different movement, different feeling, different going, and it has to spark. It has to be wet. It has to make you feel. It has to be shiny. There's so much more for water than. Can you see already? There's a kind of up there as well, up there, and then you can move it off again into this. On this side, I would like to make it a bit more darker. Then here, see, then you apply it in a bit darker there. Watch. See here, apply it a bit darker. See, have kind of movements there coming down. But don't destroy it now. When you go over once, I can go over a couple of times and make more damage than I would do if I leave it alone. You always, an artist will always feel he has to touch it again in order to make it better. See, you have to touch it. Why you do that? You only can ruin it. No, when I touch it, that's different. I do it for 40 years. I know this. I can allow myself to do it. That's a mouthful, isn't it? I know. But I had a lot of classes, and I know. I don't talk now. I talk to beginners. No, I don't talk to artists what really paint. They know already what they're doing anyway. So I don't want to teach a guy what's good anyway. So I just try to bring new people in. Okay. See here, we've gone the shoreline long, and there's kind of a foamy run out and in. See. You know, as more you play with water, as more you start liking it. In the beginning, I never want to get used to that. But since I play more and I have a boat, I'm always out there on the water anyway. So it really it really grows on me now. I see like this, see there's patches, there's water patches there. Sometimes it builds like little squares or ovals or whatever, and it floats off, and then it forms a new form, and it changes constantly. The fan brush is such a wonderful equipment. I wish you would fall in love with that. Here you can come up again with whatever water movements there. And here you can float off. Or I made some rivers where you have a pool on the side where the water is standing still. Sometimes you create that, and that's where you go fishing out of those pools. See? Leave the dock, don't destroy the dock, because then you're in trouble. So. But you can easy now roll a bit up there. It makes it wet, makes that stone a bit wet there, see? Stone a bit wet. Okay. Okay, then you can put all kinds of things in that water now. I would put the trees rolling off. Maybe here we will show one coming out there, going into that water there. Maybe it comes out there again. See, going underneath. There you are. See? Sometimes, if you are very sharp, you draw that little bit of a shadow underneath, because that is a hole all of a sudden, and it draws a little shadow down below. This one we will not do too much. We just let it lie there. See? Just like a log, big log floating off the creek. Now I will highlight that. See? Use your almighty fan brush again. And let it drip down. I always have a feeling it's dripping constantly there. See? Think in that direction, then you can't miss. That becomes alive then. I think all we do, we have to use our thinking for a lot of things. Where's the light coming from? What's underneath? What's behind? And then here even, you know, by thinking the water, it rolls it up a little bit. It gives you a roll up there. See, the water's rolling up like this. You understand it now. Something, you do that, then you see it's streaming forwards. It's pushing forwards there. So now if you want to, you can have other tree there with driftwood, or you can load up for hours. Sometimes I make a whole pile of wood on the stone sticks out and the wood piles up against the stone. It would take too long for me, so I can only talk about it, and when you paint, you know yourself. You will put your sugar and pepper and salt into that. Or sometimes a tree is just tumbling over. This branches, they get hooked on the bottom and the whole top goes flash. You could paint that too. But maybe here we should put maybe just a little bit of driftwood floating there by. See? Driftwood floating there by. You're in the wilderness there. See, you can reflect it a little bit here and there. It's not much, But then you can play with that water again. You can play with that almighty water again. What is around, see, you have to think, now highlight that. See, with the fan brush, how nice you can do that. And here, see, then you can run the water off. So you can run the water off even there, see? There you are. And then you can make it in the water like, see the water movements all around. Now, I could go on for hours and hours and show you all those kind of things because I did lots of it, lots of it. But I have only so much time, and I wish you will get inspired, you get powerful, and you will become the greatest artist ever walked on earth. See, now we will maybe just horse it up a bit here, bit there, bit more mist in here, a bit more mist in there. See? Maybe a bit more mist in there, maybe a bit behind there, maybe a bit more behind there. See? And then, what the devil? Finish. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching me. Bye-bye.
Houston Public Television.
The sunny south is calling. That's every man's dream, to have vacation in that wonderful sand on those wonderful warm beaches. So that's the painting we will put on the canvas today, what you see right there. Okay?
The magic of oil painting is made possible by a grant from Aaron Brothers Art Marts.
Isn't that fantastic, being on that beautiful sand beach? So let me show you how we would put that on this canvas. Nothing is on it now, so space it in your mind first. It was the time when I measured and we did on. Today I don't do it anymore. I just space it roughly and fire it in. So we have a happy sky there, more like a turquoise sky, a southern sky. We'll use the kind of viridian, or what you call that, oh, I forget those names always of that paint. It's a turquoise color, what you see here. You see how I put it on? Phthalo green, now it gets in my mind. Oh, you know, when you're getting older, you forget. You can't use the paint so much. But it is a happy color, actually, when you see it here. You see? There. And start off from the top down, like we do always, that we create the depth there. But instead, leaving the white, I will use a touch of yellow. A touch of yellow in that. Now, let me see. See, a touch of yellow there. And you bring it up. Because white is on the canvas. The magic white is on. I'm sorry when I didn't mention that. Because I always put the magic white on before, and the canvas is wet. You see, the canvas is always wet. And so I mix that yellow and the turquoise color there, and I get a kind of a southern, happy, warm sky there, you see. Good, so we don't have to fill around anymore. The next step will be, next comes next. First we paint the underbrush, all the trees in the back. And I choose a warmer color. we use the same phthalo green. Look how I take it off again. Maybe we always should do that in between. Phthalo green and a touch of Prussian blue, make it a bit darker, and a touch of alizarin crimson into that too. See, that makes it a bit warmer. And now start off from the highest trees. We say there is the high tree, and you know those southern trees. I am not living there, and I cannot yet used to that. We live in an icy country. We have our trees. I always think our trees are better. I couldn't say like that. Because what you're used to, I think that's the whole thing. But then you have to paint them sometime. See, perspective, and I let them go down, let them go down, let them go down, let them go down. See, and then that's all. I call it background music. See, it gets lighter, darker, darker, darker as you come forward. And that's the way you do it. Then fill the whole thing up now. Light will be always shown on dark. If you have dark, you have light. That's a funny talk either. Neither. In my classes, we have only so much percentage of color, of light in our paint. In order to show light, you have to have dark. Then the light shows up. Okay. See, I just prepared the background here, all upside down, downside up. See how easy it is? Next comes next. I only can paint on that because I have to have that dark. And leave it like open, not plugged in. Leave it all open. Okay, I would like to put a bit more dark in the water, a bit more darker there. Okay, good. Maybe here I limbered up a little bit, It became too blocky. Touch of yellow would be nice. Limbered up a little bit, there. Okay. The next step will be, I already have prepared the whole canvas. The next step will be, I put the piece in. So it will look like white and yellow. I use a smaller brush for this. You can use the knife. You can use anything if you want. But in order to make it fast here, have one tree crooked, one tree is straight, one tree is overlapping that tree. See? And you just fire it in like that. Just fire it in like that. Next tree here, the next tree there, the next tree there, the next tree there. There. Whatever you want. Again and again until you have all the trees you think. Until you have all the trees you think. See, if you are closer, if you paint it closer, then the trees will be bigger and more, you put more care into that. But in that distance here, you just see white tree trunks or light tree trunks. Now I have to fiddle around with tree trunks there. And you want to see so many anyway. Okay, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. See, already it starts getting alive. Put the whole thing right into the water too. Put it right into the water too, you see? Every tree, push it right into the water. See? Don't be very fussy. Right into the water there too. See? All right. Now the next step will be The next step, if you make a mistake as a sampler, sometimes your hand is going like this. You see here, I got 2 trees there, and I got now trees on top. Then add the other tree right on top. I just like to talk about it because in my classes, when people made a mistake, or one of my students made a mistake, oh God, it was a big riot going on. Then I say, my God, you made a mistake, fix it up on top. And then it's no mistake. You cannot make mistakes. There's no such thing making mistakes. And then some people are very fussy. They think it's got to be like that. Oh my God. And if you really see trees come and go, disappear, and that's all it is. Now, the next step, I will use my fan brush, and I will put more sunshine in there. See, I will highlight certain spots, as example there. You see, and with the fan brush, it does the devil of a good job. See, think the sun hits certain trees harder and less and more, and just give them just some sunspots. It can be on the bottom, it can be on top. See, and that all of a sudden it comes alive now. You must think that the sun is behind here, and through the leaves and branches, it pops up here, it pops up there, it pops up there, it lights up there, it lights up a bush, it lights up a tree trunk. So first, let the tree trunks be a little bit darker. Works easy. You can have the trees shown there, or there, or there. They're hiding behind. They come out from behind that brush there. See? And that gives you light. That all of a sudden lights up whatever you want to do there. See how nice it looks already? It's just so much common sense. That whole painting business is so much common sense. You can work with not common sense if you, yeah, no, I better not talk about it. You heard a lot of people, everyone has his own ideas about what. One is running the worms over the canvas, the other is shoveling the bikes over the canvas, the other takes the elephant tail and he smears the canvas up too. And they're all great artists. So whatever you want, whatever you think is the best, take it. See, there you are. Little highlighting here and there. Ah, that's beautiful. Okay, the next step will be you put the top on the trees. So we will use alizarin crimson, Taylor green, and we just push it off like this. See? Now that what takes time all the time, you know, just to get that roughly in the way you think it should be. In the distance, see? Maybe here one, there one, there one. You know, I hate to work on things like an assembly line that makes it bad, really, to do it when you paint, especially when you paint grapes or okay. But anyway, it will come to life. It will come to life. Like that. Maybe here we bring one up quite high. Naturally, if we come closer, then we would have to do something more. You can do that. There's no problem. There's no problem. See, and when you're finished with all those tops there, bang, 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 bang. I'm not used to those kind of trees. But I like to be there. See? Just add somewhere other, wherever behind, in front, there's one popping up again. Oh, make it bigger there already because you're closer. See, and as you come closer, everything goes bigger, perspective, right? Oh, God, sure. Make it bigger. See? Now you can highlight those. First we highlight the back, the whole background, yellow, sunshine. See, sunshine. Put sunshine in there, in the back there, there a little bit, there a little bit. Pops up here, there. See, let the sun pop up forever in the bush there. See, already a lot of sunshine comes in there. Now we will highlight those tops on the palm trees. Give them a bit sunshine too, like this, like this. Now let the sun hit in there and there. Always from the sunny side. Hey, that makes it nice. Always from the sunny side. But against the light is not too good. Try to work it out so that it is still shown there. Yeah. See? Now here you can make it better shown against the dark. Hey, that makes it nicer. So now we get finished with that kind of a thing. So the next step I will do, you don't have to highlight all of them because some are in the shadow of the other big tree and some not, and so you just highlight where you think it would show better, and that's it. That is it. The next step will be you can use this brush or you can use the knife. Let's use the knife for that. Yellow, and white, and you run in Almighty Sand Beach. Almighty Sand Beach there. Like that. See, Almighty Sand Beach. Yellow and white, that's what I use right now. Yellow and white. I'll make it a nice white beach because we need a lot of room there. Okay. Make it perspective right, pull it out as wide as you can. As wide as you can. A lot of room. See, like that. Now the next step will be, I use my fan brush, and you put a bit more dark in the background now here. A bit more dark there, see? Phthalo green is a nice warm color. See? Push it up like that. There we are. And as you come forwards, you can add a little bit of alizarin crimson into that. You see, it gives you more dark. Something like this. All right, and you can, if you want to, bring that a bit more. That same color you can run on the bottom end there a little bit. Like this. See? Here we will make it a bit darker. That gives us a better curve there. So, now we use our big brush, the Almighty brush, clean, wash your brush. Make sure you have a dry brush and you pull it down. See how you pull it all down nicely? All the lines on like this. And then you just straighten it out like this. Okay. And now already you got your sand beach there. Now the next step will be let's have some shadow movements. Those palm trees, they give you shadow movements on the beach there, and that will bring it out so much more. See, something like this. See, something like this. Yeah. See, something like this. See, and you do it over the whole long beach, long that whole sand, all that sand has nice, because you have the sun in the back and it draws beautiful little happy shadows over that beach there. It's still the early morning. See? There we are. There we are. The next step will be, you have a little lazy wave in front of it. You can use a touch of white there. You create a kind of a lazy, sometimes you see a lazy water movement there. See? Makes it nice. It's always a nice feeling, that little bit of up and down on the water there. And you can have a bit more here. Maybe the other roller in the back there. See? Now, the next step, you brush everything up the way you think it should be. There will be one tree, I leave it right in the front. See, by going over, I leave a lot of trees in the back and a lot of coming in the front now. You see how I do it? Bring just certain trees you think they should be in front of it, bring it in the front. Now you can see they're standing behind each other, next to each other, and, and that's the way you do it. Maybe here this one we bring in the front, and maybe here a bit more highlight, there a bit more highlight. Shut up, spend your time. I don't have the time then you got home. I have to get that painting done in time here. But the idea is there. See, you know, the depth that would be with other type of trees, the same thing. If I have a field and I set my trees in there, I do it the same way. Have one, first, the way you saw me doing it. That means you have a depth of trees now. Some is coming up like this, and maybe that one we bring forward too, right to the sand beach. And so, and if you want, you can strengthen it a bit more in the water here and there, like this one. See, but a bit too there. See, and you get that painting together. You get that paint together, and in no time you have it done. So I show you a technique. Now naturally, when that painting is dry, I would go over that and add whatever I think it should be done better. See, it's a lot of things you cannot add when it's wet. Let that be dry, and then it's no problem there. Let it be dry. Now I use my big brush, cut that out here, see? Cut that still down and brush it out nicely. See, there we are. And a happy beach scene is finished. If you like it, I thank you for watching me. Desert Canyon, what a sight. I remember the first time when we came from the north to the south and we saw those beautiful canyon and palm trees and cactus, and oh my God, we have to stop everywhere, and it was photographed on every cactus more or less. It is this fantastic for special people from the north that I will put on this canvas.
The magic of oil painting is made possible by a grant from Aaron Brothers Art Marts.
Yes, my heart is in it. I really love the desert because you are not too many times there, and then it really is juicy. Okay, let's do it different this time. I will paint that scene with that almighty knife. with that almighty magic knife. I have it. I had the patent on that knife. I developed that knife. I'm very proud to say that's going all over the world now. Okay, I had to say it sometime. Pat myself a little bit. Okay, let's do it with the knife. I will use the colors I want there, kind of a southern color. See, I take white off here, and maybe a little touch of yellow. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have, when you see that, it has more white. Now maybe I put a little bit more yellow into that. You don't have to do it exactly. Make it your way. You are the creator. You put your heart into that canvas. If we start getting fussy, then naturally we lose. We go back to what we don't want to go back. So here I put a bit white and yellow together and start off. Here I have the sky going like this, down like this. See, if you use that almighty knife, you can have it straight, you can have it this way, you can have it upcoming, you can roll it around. But this is the easier way now, what I show you here. You just have long lines on the sky. The white and touch of yellow into that, and you just scrape it off like this. No problem. And as you go forwards, you can add a little bit of, in the same colors, a little touch of turquoise or phthalo green. See, then you have other. You come down this way again. See? And leave those lines, leave those lines. That's what makes the sky. See, you mix it, let me show you again, because I always should do that like that. See what I do? I take it off here and mix it already like marble. See, mix it like marble, like that. And put it on like that, because then you have already all those lines next to each other and in each other. See? If you feel it is too dark, go over a little bit. I'm not very fussy because you paint so many paintings and every painting should be original. What I do here is really not what I do home, because you called in and you want to know the finished product before we start. So I had to paint all those paintings over already. See? So that means when you paint, I remember times when I started, I had to copy, I had to have a book, I had to have a picture to see in order to get somewhere. And in the beginning, you cannot help. You buy Walter Foster books or whatever you find on the market and copy that. That's nothing is wrong with that, because we all have our beginning. But as you go on living, you automatically don't want to come more. You want to have your originals. And that's what makes you the greatest artist ever walked on earth. Because you're not copying. So what I do here is just a teaching idea. Okay, I keep the whole sky is coming up like that, moving in like this. See, there you are. Now, if you want to correct things, let it go into the light and you have it nice and light on the bottom. You can leave it dark if you want to. I just don't have it darker here darker than there. That doesn't matter. It's your taste. You put your... I remember the time when I was copying the painting. I want to have originals. What I did, I took a stone from there and put it there. And that tree from there, I put that tree there. And then I would say, oh boy, I have original. See, now I don't do it anymore because I have always original ideas. As long as you paint, as more you learn to do that. So to me, it doesn't matter what you do now. I don't want to have it the same like there anyway. Okay, sky is done. Maybe here we give him a little bit of a, just get the sky down there. Oh, that's good. See, the next step, I create a desert feeling into that. the colors I have mixed here, maybe you better take a good look. I want to harmonize with that. In the distance, I use the same colors again, maybe a little touch of alizarin crimson, but a real little touch. See, and then you try it, you test it, you taste it. Is it the color you want? Yeah, that's the distance, that's the distance. Now you set up your desert which way you want, which way you have seen it. See? Higher. Usually there's all kinds of monsters standing there. There you are. See? Now I never would like to copy what I see. I would like to have my originals done. So when I change it around here, I hope you understand the idea. Because a lot of people, they cannot understand it, and I want to explain it right what I do here. I want you to be original. I want you to be the greatest artist ever walked on earth. And I know the idea is great. You have got so much mail now. These people are excited, and they all paint. And what is deep in my heart, I wish, as long as I live, I like to teach and make the greatest artists on earth with this technique. Naturally, I have people, they don't agree with me. But I would say when 99% people agree with me, I'm quite happy. I had a mouthful now, I know. But I know we got so much mail, and everyone is happy about that, and everyone makes a happy buck with that. So what the devil we worry now? I shouldn't talk so much about, but sometimes I got so much opposite. People will tell me, that's not the way to do it. I had even people saying he is butchering art. Now that was nice. But I express myself, and I express myself my way, and that makes it nice. And whoever has my paintings, he has originals. He never has a copy of anything. See, it's all still with the knife so far. Then put a little bit light into the bottom too. Bit of sunshine, cut it in like this, here, here. Maybe was kind of sideways. I don't want to have too much paint on there. See, you can paint wild there. It's all in such an almighty distance. And these colors I choose, you can use a bit more red into that, depends on what time of the day. You have wild movements there. See? Now the next step will be, let that be far away in the back. That's wonderful. Now I come forwards, but watch the difference. Let me show you how I mix this paint. There is alizarin crimson, Van Dyke brown, Prussian blue, and tail. So I mix it all together. And a touch of white goes with it, because I want it quite dark. When you mix your paint, always start off with the white first. But here I know I want it quite dark, so I didn't worry too much. We will say we start off with that big one here. Set it up. Nice. And you enjoy it. It's a beautiful thing when you can paint in this direction. You excite yourself with your own work. See, here you can have other parts of this world, like this. It's just like monsters standing there. You can see now we have a depth, that's all behind, there's a big valley in between, and that's popping up in the front. You need dark in order to show light. You need a dark in order to show light. So we will darken up the whole thing in the front. Same colors, no problem. Just darken it up. Just darken it up. Try not to have too much paint on now when you darken it up. You must always think you have to paint on top of that. In order to paint on top of that, if you put already lots of paint on, then you become a mud maker already. That is not the right idea. You hear my knife cutting down whatever is too much there. But I need dark in order to show light. See? Because you have a lot of little openings and little things in between. They are shown when you put the next layer on that. See? Now we have it dark. I just make it dark, that's all. I have no...
UHT, Houston.
Oh, Mother Nature, look, that happy tree is watching that beautiful sunset on the river. And I think the way that tree thinks, oh God, what wonderful to be alive. That we will put on that canvas.
The magic of oil painting is made possible by a grant from Aaron Brothers Art Marts.
Something, that happy tree is watching that beautiful creek. You know, you can make up a little happy story, and I do for every pick up my little happy story. And it makes the painting worth something, to me anyway. So let's have that almighty happy tree watching the creek, and it's so happy there. What we do, we put a little bit of a red in there first, a bit of more red in there first, put a bit of red in there first. Naturally, I got the magic white on. I always forget to tell you that. The magic white is on the canvas. The canvas is wet. I just don't want to fiddle around. We got so little time to finish a painting, so I have to cut down whatever I can. The red, there's lots of red around, and we're firing like this. Fire it in. Think about that beautiful happy tree watching that almighty sunset. And there's a kind of a, oh, I don't know, sometimes you feel your hair standing up, and really, there are days where you feel, I'm so glad to be alive. I'm so glad to be here because it is so nice. There's sometime in the morning, I remember home, when the dew drops on the trees and the spider web, you know, and that's all in the dew, and the spider starts waking up and he shakes the dew off. It is just fantastic. See, have all that in your mind. You've got to be there. I cannot copy red and blue and green. I have to make up a story. I have to make up something that makes me almighty, powerful. Load your battery. See, I put that almighty, almighty, all this in crimson in there. See, a bit around there, a bit here and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. And you fire in kind of a... I don't want to have that day that should be so full of almighty evening and so full of almighty sun, see, and all the red colors. There, fire and fire and fire. It's not awful to talk like that, but I do. All right. You do those things sometime in order to keep yourself going. See, now already I have the whole canvas is conditioned. Now I put the sun in, I put the light in. Already I prepared it here. Maybe I should put a bit more red in there. More red in there. You have seen my almighty box now. Don't write to me and ask me why my home is so dirty. My home is not dirty. I have always a nice happy box where I put my hand in and I clean my brush there. There's no problem. No problem. More red, maybe, right in the sun. Fire in a bit of more red, see? And see already, it all ends up to, you ask already for the sun, to put the sun in there. And if you want to show more sunshine, you put more dark on the side. The sun gets brighter if he gets darker. That's the dumb talk. I remember in my classes, I always... how can I highlight my painting? Then I had to say, make it darker. Make it darker, it will be lighter. And when you understand the nature of paint, man has not made a paint what can capture daylight. That's not there. We have to create illusion. We have to create almighty illusion. That means we paint darker, then that little bit of light looks lighter. It appears lighter. So we create the almighty illusion. That's why you're an artist. You create that almighty illusion. That almighty illusion. So I will use my almighty knife. I will use yellow. Yellow. You wonder where the yellow went? Yellow went right there. And a little touch of red, maybe. Just a wee little touch of red. Take a good look how we mix it now. Yellow. See, a little touch of red into that. But just like that. And now I fire in the sun. Wherever you think the sun should be, there. See? Towards the sun. Towards the sun. See? Towards the sun, towards the sun. Put that in the river. See, no, we have it already, so whatever. See, now you can use your almighty brush if you want. That almighty brush. Dry. You can push it out if you want to. See, like this now. See, now we have all the colors nicely lined up. And here in the water, there. Now, the next step will be yellow alone. Even a touch of white with it. You see, I will put it beside, now take a look here. I put that beside that orange color I mixed. See, white, and yellow. And that is the bright sun now. That's that bright, almighty sun color. You know, in between here, see? There. See? You have no brighter color anymore, so that's all we have. That means it shows darker as you put, it shows lighter as you put darker all around. So now, if you want, some people like the roughness of a painting, you just can leave it like that, if you want. No, but I just show you different stages. Now, if you want, you just leave it like that, but if you want, you can cut it down and make the sunbeams. But that's the other step. See, you pull it like you radiate the sun out, see? There. If you want it like that, you can leave it like that. Doesn't matter. So that otherwise, you have the chance to do whatever you want to do. There's so much power in that painting now. And I will leave this guy just like that. See? Now you saw the colors all around. If you want it darker, you can easy watch. You can easy, what the devil here, alizarin crimson, and you can easy a little bit of Prussian blue, but a little bit of Prussian blue and alizarin crimson, and you can fire in a bit of darker colors all around if you want to. You see, that gives you more power. Can you see that the dark makes that light? I hope you understand it. On my classes, it was always the big thing, how can I get it lighter? You only can get it lighter if you put dark all around or towards it, then it appears lighter. So that is the whole idea. I hope you understand that idea. I will be so happy if you get so much power and you make a happy buck. See, look at that. Then you can go on darker if you want. You still can go on darker. So I will stop right there now. But with otherwise, if you feel you want to get overpowered with the light, make it dark all around, and that becomes lighter and lighter. There is no more light. I cannot put more light on anyway. That's the lightest colors I have here on my palette. So what the devil, I can't get it lighter. But I get it lighter, it appears lighter if darker all around. So I hope that is understood. Good, good. I know you will do it, and you create the biggest masterpieces ever created. You are younger, and I know it will work for you. It got to work for you. See, the next step, we use a happy fan brush, and we put in that land in between, the other side of the river, like this. The other side of the river. See, the other side of the river. Alizarin crimson, it's alizarin crimson alone, more or less. But then in the middle is alizarin crimson alone, and as you on the side, more out to the outside, put a bit of Prussian blue into that. You see, let that get darker there. Okay? That means we go from the dark into the light. Then it's really right. That's really right. But never put that blue in the center there. Have it on the outside, Prussian blue. But when I talk about Prussian blue, again and again I have to say that it's such a strong color, it's too much overpowering. See, and now if you want to, you can bring the sun out more by lighting up the trees here with the red. Watch this. See, you can just lighten up the trees with the red, right in the sun. See, let it burn there, let it burn there. See, that pronounces the sun better. That means you got the glue and the fire in the inside there. And then let it tape off easy to the outside. So we have conditioned this. You can. See, now I use the same sun colors what I have here. Use my almighty fan brush, and you put a kind of a shoreline in there. Kind of almighty shoreline in there. See? And you can pull it up if you want to. Pull it up. See, it gives you some far away upstanding trees. But as you go out, in the center you have it the same colors but the sun shows. See? But now as you go on living, as you go on out there, let that get darker by using touch of that orange. You see that orange I pull in now, what I have already mixed what we have in between there. And let that get there. That means now you come down with your colors there. See, and if you want, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. You see what beautiful little imagination. Is this your imagination shows you some upstanding tree trunks. And that makes it very, very nice. Very, very nice. So in other words, create your almighty paintings with the light. Where the light is the brightest, there is more power in the color. That means, with other words, I have here more power. Even to pronounce it still more, I will use the knife. And the knife cut is absolutely, look at now it burns. Can you see it? See, now it burns. And leave it just in the center there. Pull it all together to that almighty power in the center. And then you can go on, whatever you want to do. I will prepare a little background, that orange color there. See, like that. And maybe here we pull a bit other light in there too. And let it taper off to the side. Now, then here in the water you can do the same thing. Make it darker to the outside. Make it darker to the outside. Reflect the sky in there, you see. Always come from the outside in like this. Then it makes it lighter, lighter, because we are mixing. You're constantly mixing. You see now, we have it lighter, darker, darker, darker this way. Beautiful. Here you can do the same thing on the other side if you want to. Bang, 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 fire in from the outside and walk in slowly to the inside. Walk in slowly to the inside. See, by doing that, this becomes lighter. This becomes lighter now. Okay. You always have to wash your brush. You remember? We have that screen in our coffee can, and we have paint thinner. I use paint thinner to wash my brushes all the time. Paint thinner. Almighty paint thinner. See, now the next step, you can use your knife, and I use the same light colors again. The same, you see what's in the sky there, the same color should be here. Don't make it brighter there. Always think, this is feeding into that water, and it can be only this same color. I remember in my classes sometime, the guy used white to make it brighter. That doesn't harmonize. White is not the sunset color. There's a touch of gold always in it. See, now here you can use a knife if you want to, and you dance it down like that. See, you dance it down like this, and look how but you can use a fan brush if you want. You can make dots. There's the same thing. Do whatever you want. I just happen use the knife here. See how the sun is dancing into the water? No, I don't have to go lower anyway, because there's for... But then you can go, you can be a bit lost, have some there, just disappearing here and there a little bit, so that's all. Forget the outside there, just have it disappearing here, one there, so that pulls the power together again, you see? That's it, pull it together, that's what you want to show, that almighty sunlight there. Now you use your mighty big brush again, that big brush, dry and clean, and pull it out like this, you see? I knock it down a little bit, but there's just like wind. See, I can, see, you move the lines nice and long, and that's it. There you are, see? Now we got already lots of power in there. Lots of power in there. See? Okay. Now we put that happy tree in. The happy tree will be painted with alizarin crimson, a brush full of alizarin crimson. Need more. Alizarin crimson, lots of alizarin crimson, and a little touch of Prussian blue. But when I say a little touch of Prussian blue, because that is already a dark color. Take almighty blue. Now again, whoever never watched me the first time now, I show you how we make that tree. I show it most every time. It's like a shoe. See, I make it close up if you don't mind. Take a good look, because I know that it's the most headache to use that big brush, and I want you to use that big brush because it's worth it. It saves you hours and hours and years, and you will be so happy one day to tell me, now I can paint. See, I pull it this way, and then it has a curve, you see, it has a curve. See, and now when I put that happy tree in there, it is a touch and move. It is not touch, it is touch and move. Touch and move. If I want to have it sideways, touch and move sideways. I have it the other way, touch and move. If I want to have it down, I move it down. So let's do it again. Bang, 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 bang. Look at that. That happy tree, in a second, that happy tree is laughing on the shoreline there. Look. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. Again, I put lots of paint together. I want it darker here on the bottom. It should be darker there. A bit more Prussian blue into that there. Then you have it darker. It will show better. I will only put one happy tree in there. It's more or less, my show is more education, or I want you to paint because I'm so happy with what I'm doing. I think I'm the happiest guy on this earth. But I do it fast. I express myself fast. I put so much power in my work, and I can sell it. It's no problem to sell. I wish I had more paintings now, and I wish you could do that too, because if one is happy alone, that doesn't make the whole thing go on right, because I feel somewhere neglected by the time I had myself, and now where I show that, a lot of people come up and tell me, we are doing that long ago. But I think I was the guy that blabbered it out. Maybe we see it this way, because it's such a common sense thing to do it. I wonder why we've never put it in schools. But then that's their way of living. Everyone should do what he wants to do. And some people think modern, and some people think whatever they think. I like to have common sense, and I like to build a home on a solid foundation. I like to have my country laughing and singing. And you only can do it with common sense. Now, what's common sense, what's not common sense? What's good for so is not good for down. Okay, put a couple tree trunks in there. You hear a bit of a tree trunk. Let the sun hit these.